Come join our family on our first trip on the Amtrak Auto Train. We started off our morning in our hotel room right across the street from the auto train, working on some homeschool work, trying to get some last minute things done before we took off with the train. Mike and Elias went over and checked us in while we were working on schoolwork. When they came back, we were all done. We actually headed to a local indoor playground that was about 10 minutes away. The kids were able to play for 90 minutes for around $20, I want to say, maybe $25 total for the four of us to enter. The Beehive is the name of the indoor playground. It was quiet. It was a school day in the middle of the day, so there weren't many people there, and it was the perfect thing to get some energy out before we headed over to Amtrak to get on to the train and relinquish our car. So here we are pulling up to the auto train station. It's right outside of DC. When you pull in, you're going to see the train on the right hand side. You're going to pull up and check in with your last name to check for your reservation information. For this leg from Virginia down to Florida, we did actually pay to have our car taken off the train in the first 30 cars. It was around $130 extra to have the service. So we're checking in, and they put a special number on our car so that they know we're one of the first to get taken off the train tomorrow morning when we get to Florida. So you get assigned a car number, and at the end, whenever you pick up the car, they'll put those numbers on the TV screens in the waiting area for you to know when your car is ready. So right now we're pulling up, getting everything unloaded that we need for the night. We took a handful of bags, took changes of clothes for the kids and us, some extra snacks just in case, because we weren't really sure what to offer. The nice thing about these train stations is they have these pulling carts that are free to use until you get onto the train. And that was just a really nice feature, especially with young kids. Felt like this was a lot slower pace than getting to the airport, especially Pittsburgh and MCO airports are the two that we usually deal with. Much more relaxed. So this is the big waiting room. You can wait inside. There's also a playground outside that we found, which was right next to the train, which was really cool. We came super early. We had about an hour and 20 minutes before we were able to get on the train. Typically, you can board the train around 2:30 p.m. But until then, we were able to explore. We could go and check out the train cars. We walked the whole way down. The kids were really interested this time to really understand what was going on with the train cars. So Amtrak Auto Train cars are 2 stories tall. They have sleeper cars, they've got coach cars, and then of course all of the train cars that have the actual cars in them. We're watching those right now get boarded on. You can see those yellow ramps. There's 2 levels for all the cars. So some cars are on the bottom level, some get rolled up to the top level. So that was a really cool experience. Definitely want to get there early enough to check that out. And now we are getting on the train. Now this is where the cool stuff happens. We are in a family room. So there's 3 different sleeper car categories. There's the roomette, there's a bedroom, and then the family room is the largest room that you could get that will sleep at a capacity of 4. It's 2 adults, 2 kids. You'll see shortly why it's 2 adults and 2 kids. I would never recommend 4 adults to sleep in a family room. I don't even know that you could book 4 adults into a family room. So when you board the train, you're getting on in your exact car that you're assigned to, and you board from the bottom level. And we are going to go to the left down the hallway here. And you're going to see on this either side of us, there's roomettes. So when we come down here, you've got roomettes on either side of us, and then our main family room is our room, is the full length of the back part of our train car here. So there is a setup right now for daytime. You can see we've got like a big couch and 2 chairs on the one side. We've got windows on either side of the train car. There's temperature controls, extra lights. We did pop down one of the beds up top just to throw all of our stuff up there, but that other bunk will come down. There's a little mini closet, which is literally big enough for like a coat, and then a full-length mirror. And the door does lock when you're inside the room. Here's some shots of Percy working on some homeschool work and Elias working on his homeschool packet too, while we are driving on the train. Now, these train cars are interestingly set up. Here's the roomette layout, so you can kind of see what that is. This will hold up to 2 people. There's a bunk that folds down from the top, and then those 2 chairs push together to make another bed on the lower level in the evening. So in here, there's a set of staircase that'll go upstairs. We'll show you that a little later. And then these are just extra towels and blankets, trash. There's a little water pitcher on the first floor too for us if we needed extra water. And then this is where we kind of entered and exited the train. So those are the doors there. There is actually a shower room. This is for everybody in our train car, not just for our specific family. But if you're in a roomette or the family room, you don't have a bathroom in your own room, so you have to share this space. We never actually took a shower since it was just one night, but it was kind of cool just to see what all was there. There was plenty of amenities, including shower shoes for you to put on, clean towels. And then bathrooms that kind of reminded me of just like an airline bathroom or an airplane bathroom. Pretty simple, very clean. I mean, it looks dated. The whole train is older, but clean. I didn't feel like at any point it was disgusting. So with us being in a sleeper car, we get to dine, which was really cool. So we get a sit-down dinner. I just showed the menu. It was 3-course. Everybody had salad and bread whenever you came to the table. Got to pick an entree. They had some kids' options, a hot dog and mac and cheese. And we were able to pick from like salmon, steak, pasta, and a chicken option. 1 alcoholic beverage and 1 like Diet Coke, Coca-Cola product was also included in our meal price. The kids got apple juice. And then while we were in... Oh, and then we got dessert too, but while we were there, they folded down all of our beds. So here is all of the beds folded down. The next morning, we did go upstairs to go to breakfast because there's a hot breakfast option as well for the sleeper car train. So upstairs, we have a coffee pot and iced water in bottles and hot chocolate and hot tea available 24/7 for us to just grab at any point. This is more roomettes upstairs, and we're going to show you how we cross over to each train car. Percy did not love the noise, but you just press the buttons and you cross over, and then you hit the button again. Now we're in a train car that has a bunch of bedrooms. I tried to get a glimpse, but everybody was in them, so it was really awkward. But you can check that out online. Kind of similar to the family bedroom, but you don't have the 2 windows, essentially, and you get a bathroom. So here's the continental breakfast menu. There's 2 hot breakfast options, the quiche and then a sandwich, and then just plenty of grab-and-go things like cereals, those coffee cakes, fruits and milks and things like that. So we were able to kind of like load up on that and take it with us as well. So we used those little continental snacks as extra breakfast on our trip. So we had to wake up super duper early for breakfast. We had to be there between 6 and I think 7:30 was like the cutoff window for the way down. And so the kids were up before the sun was up. When you're up at breakfast, they do fold everything back up, so we weren't even able to go back to bed, but we were getting off the train around 9 a.m., so the kids just kind of hung out, did some more fun activities, and kept themselves entertained. And then, like I said, we were one of the first 30 cars, so we waited no more than about 10 minutes when they started pulling cars off. We were one of the very first cars to pull off in Sanford, Florida, and it was about a 35-minute drive to Universal from there.